That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. And yes, people, we do mean small step. Our first female astronaut is 5 feet 3 inches and wears size 6 shoes.
Hey, you're probably wondering, what do you mean female astronaut on Mars? And who is this girl who's super talented, amazing, kind, humble, witty, funny, energetic? Sorry, yeah. My name is Lindsey Tober, and it's a long story, so let's take a step back. There I am, 10 years old, watching the third to last ever space shuttle launch. At that age, I couldn't comprehend how monumental this moment was. This was one of the last times Americans were going to space. Well, at least for a while. I will forever thank my parents for driving 15 hours with 2 screaming children to show their kids that nothing is impossible. From that day out, man, my life is about to get a lot more interesting. Skip now to 2021. I got into college! Here is an actual picture of me finding out that I got into Arizona State University to study astrophysics. Yeah, I was a bit excited. Leaving my whole world behind in Maryland, I made it to Arizona. Ready to finally dive into my passion full-time, a motivated and nervous Lindsey began her astrophysics classes and tried to figure out what the heck freshman year was. Having to adult for the first time? Yeah, that was quite the learning curve. From the outside, my life had finally begun to click into place. I was living the dream. Yet, I wasn't happy. I was hating my classes. How could I hate my classes? This is what I've been waiting for my entire life. No matter how hard I tried to convince myself I loved it, I just couldn't put my heart into it. I knew it wasn't for me. I felt so lost. It took me an entire year before finally making the decision to switch majors, and it was one of the scariest things I've ever done. In that time, I had been taught there were 2 paths into space: science and engineering. So with science out the door, hello engineering. How do you think that went? Something was still missing. I was beginning to feel hopeless. I desperately scoured the resources I had for a solution. And that's when I heard about space communication, ASU's Technological Leadership Program, and ASU's Film and Media Productions minor program. Taking classes in film, interdisciplinary space topics, and leadership felt so foreign to me. In my 3D printing class, I met one of my mentors, Dr. Eric Stribling. He, along with my parents, introduced me to the idea that I don't have to be a scientist or an engineer, as I previously thought, to work in space. After that, everything began to click into place. I began my internship with the ASU NASA Space Grant Program, creating films about the importance of space technology and how we need to create inclusive and ethical designs in space exploration. I surrounded myself with a community of people who supported me in my journey to follow such a niche and uncommon path. These family, friends, and mentors were invaluable as I inevitably began to question my value because I was not pursuing a physics or engineering career. However, my amazing community gave me that confidence to follow what I truly love and see how valuable it really is. So, what am I doing now? I'm currently an ASU Space Ambassador and practicing my space communication skills by co-leading the program's social media team. I'm in 3 clubs: the Students for the Exploration Development of Space, Geology Club, and Tango Club. What I've learned from this time in my life is that you don't have to be a scientist or an engineer to love and work in space. Every discipline is needed to create the enormous accomplishments space exploration inspires us to tackle. I've also learned that after every hurdle I hit, space is the one thing that I just can't give up. There's nothing in this universe that I'd rather dedicate my entire life to. My life's passion and work will be to communicate and spread this love and passion for space for the entire world to feel.
I may not want to go to Mars anymore, but man, am I going to bring Mars to the world.